The parking lot was a concrete jungle, a place where trust went to die. I'd parked my red Mustang there, my pride and joy, after a long shift at the diner. It wasn't much, but that car was my freedom, my escape from the grind. I'd locked it tight with a heavy-duty chain, a habit born from too many close calls in this rough part of town. But I never expected HOA Karen. HOA was the neighborhood's self-appointed queen, a woman who thrived on control and chaos. She'd earned her nickname not from her heritage but from her relentless entitlement. She'd complain about parking spots, yell at kids for skateboarding, and once tried to sue the corner store for selling her expired milk. Nobody crossed HOA without regret. But that night, she crossed a line she couldn't uncross. I was grabbing coffee across the street when I saw her. HOA, in her garish floral jacket, was hunched over my car, her hands gripping a pair of bolt cutters. The metal chain dangled, half severed, as she worked with a feverish intensity. My heart lurched. I froze, coffee cup burning my hand, as rage and disbelief collided. She wasn't just tampering, she was stealing my car, my lifeline, right in front of me. The lot was quiet, save for the faint hum of traffic and the clink of her cutters. I wanted to scream, to run at her, but something held me back. Maybe it was fear, or maybe it was the strange calm of watching a crime unfold. HOA didn't see me. She didn't see the two men either, leaning against a van 50 feet away, their casual postures belying their sharp gazes. Undercover cops. I'd seen them around, blending into the neighborhood like ghosts. They were watching her every move. HOA's face twisted with desperation as the lock finally gave way. She tossed the chain aside, her hands shaking as she fumbled with a slim Jim to unlock the door. My stomach churned. This wasn't just theft, it was personal. She'd seen me park here every day, knew I was just a waitress scraping by. Yet here she was, dismantling my world for a quick score. Then came the twist. A kid, no older than 16, emerged from the shadows. Tim, the skateboarder HOA had terrorized for years. His hoodie was torn, his eyes wide with a mix of fear and defiance. "You're a hypocrite, Karen," he shouted, his voice cracking. "You lecture us about rules. But look at you." HOA spun around, her face a mask of fury. "Mind your business, you little punk," she hissed, brandishing the bolt cutters like a weapon. Tim didn't back down. He pulled out his phone, recording her, his hands trembling but resolute. That kid, who'd taken so much of her abuse, was now her undoing. The cops moved in, silent as predators. 1 second, HOA was snarling at Tim. The next, she was pinned against the car, cuffs snapping around her wrists. "You don't understand," she screamed, her voice raw with panic. "I needed the money. My husband's sick." The excuse hung in the air, heavy but hollow. I stepped forward, my voice shaking. "You knew this was mine. HOA, you saw me struggle. How could you?" Her eyes met mine, and for a fleeting moment, I saw shame. But it vanished as she spat. "You don't know what it's like to lose everything." The cops led her away, her shouts echoing into the night. Tim stood there, still holding his phone, tears streaking his face. He'd been invisible to HOA, just another kid to bully. But he'd changed everything. I walked over, my voice soft. "Thanks, Tim." He shrugged, mumbling, "She had it coming." But his eyes told a different story, one of pain, of finally standing up. As the police lights faded, I sat on the curb, staring at my car. The chain was gone, the door scratched, but it was still mine. Yet the victory felt bitter. HOA wasn't a cartoon villain. She was a woman broken by her own choices, her desperation twisting into something ugly. I wondered if she'd ever see it that way. Tim's video would spread, and the neighborhood would talk. But justice didn't erase the sting of betrayal. The night grew colder, and I thought about trust, how fragile it is, how one act can shatter it. HOA's crime, Old English crime, her entitlement blinding her to the consequences. But Tim's courage, his unexpected stand, reminded me that even in the darkest moments, someone can step up and shift the tide. It wasn't just about my car. It was about standing against greed, about community fighting back. What do you think? Where does justice end and compassion begin in a story like this? Share your thoughts.